Hey guys, and welcome to today's video. So today's video is going to be my last haul for summer of this year, and this is a more clean perfume haul. All of the fragrances that I'm going to be talking about are considered clean at Sephora or just clean in general, meaning they don't have parabens, phthalates, and I do have a video coming up on that shortly. So I am collabing with two brands today. First, we're going to go over the jewelry brand, and then we'll get into the perfumes. So I did want to say thank you to Anna and Louisa for collabing with me. They sent me some items which I featured in my last video, but today I'm actually wearing some of my favorite and some of my older pieces. They wanted me to share with you guys how my jewelry has been holding up, and also share their 2-year warranty, and if anything tarnishes or you have an allergic reaction, then you have a chance to either refund it or exchange. I have 10 pieces on, and 5 I've purchased myself and 5 have been sent to me. And I think it's important for me to share that, because while I love receiving PR and things for review, I also believe in supporting the brands that support you, and I absolutely love Anna Louisa jewelry, so I do support the company and I do purchase from them as well. So these are actually my favorite gold hoops for work, because they're a nice size. They're not too small, but they're also not my big hoops. You guys know I love big hoops. One of the oldest pieces that I have is actually this necklace set here. This set unfortunately isn't available anymore, but this is the set that I've had the longest. It's one of the first pieces that was ever sent to me. Over 2 years ago, I've had these. They're not tarnished in any way. Now, I will say that I do follow the care instructions. I'm gonna have all their information linked down below, but let's go ahead and get into the video. Okay, so first up, we're gonna talk about Dossier, and these are fragrances that were sent to me. I have worked with Dossier many times in the past, but I did actually reach out to them this time because I am specifically hauling clean fragrances. I always pick one that I'm like on the fence about, but I want to try it out, and then if it doesn't work out, you guys know I do giveaways. So that is Powdery Peach. And this is an inspiration to Jimmy Choo's I Want You, which I do have a review on. I'll have that link down below. And then I was really excited to see Fruity Neroli, which is an inspiration to Armani's My Way. Now, recently I saw that they came out with 2 of their own collections. They came out with the Speakeasy collection as well as the Genderless collection. I was really excited to try Golden, Rum, and Amber, but I feel like that's going to be more fall. I'm very much a seasonal wearer, so I actually want to try Powdery Peach in fall, because this one was a little bit louder than I thought it was going to be. I don't have a sample anymore. I used it for my review, but usually when I spray something, very quickly it will remind me of a fragrance, and this is one. While I find this one to remind me of it, I didn't think of Jimmy Choo I Want You right away, only because that fragrance reminded me a little bit of Carolina Herrera's Good Girl, like almost like a peachy, fruity, floral summer version. But when I sprayed this one, it definitely gave me like a similar vibe, but I would almost say that it was maybe like a 75% closeness. There's just something in that fragrance, Jimmy Choo I Want You, that again is giving me more Carolina Herrera vibes that this one doesn't give me, but I still get all the other notes. I also want to let this one sit, because I noticed that brands like these, they don't mass produce the way designer fragrances do. So sometimes you gotta let fragrances like this sit, especially when they have vanilla and notes that kind of need to, you know, get stronger. So I am really excited to try this one in fall. It is something that I love in the opening, but after that 2-hour mark, I feel like it becomes a little cologne-y on my skin. So I'm wondering if maybe the vanilla that's supposed to be in here will get stronger. But this one has notes of peach, tangerine, blackcurrant, jasmine, vanilla, benzoin, and patchouli. Sexy. This one's actually one that I would reserve for date night and again fall. I just remember the I Want You being a little bit more bright with the peach, and this to me is just a little bit more sexy with the benzoin. So it's a little bit warmer beautiful. I really enjoy this scent for the first 2 hours, but it's after that 2-hour mark when it gets a little cologne, so I want to let this one sit and revisit it in fall. So again, that is Powdery Peach. Then next we have my favorite. I am really happy that I picked this one. My Way was a fragrance that I tested out in store, and I think the bottle that me and Dennis tested out, I don't know if it was old or what, but we both thought it smelled too floral and didn't care for it. Then I got a sample of it and I fell in love with it. And then I saw that Dossier made a version. So this one, I thought of My Way right away. But this one's even more bubblegummy, in my opinion. I even thought of Prada's Paradox, which I have said that that one smells like a lot of different fragrances, and that one opens up with that kind of bubblegummy the way My Way does. This one's so pretty, pink, uplifting. This is like a happy scent. This one's perfect for spring and summer. So this one has bergamot, neroli, blackcurrant, strawberry. I'm not sure if there's strawberry in My Way. Jasmine, tuberose, orange blossom, vanilla, musk, and cedarwood. It must be the musk and the bergamot that's giving me kind of this fresh, clean scent. Very pink, very bubblegummy, very uplifting. So this one is a hit. Then next we have a couple from the 7 Virtues. I told you guys that I was going to be getting a larger bottle of Coconut Sun. And then after I sampled Lotus Pear, that was another one that I was really excited to add a larger bottle of. I've already discussed Coconut Sun, so I'm not going to go into this one into too much detail. But Coconut Sun for me is just a very light, airy, simple, musky, kind of watery, clean coconut scent. I will say that the coconut is a little bit stronger in the larger bottle. I had the Travel, which I went through, and I pick up a little bit more of a creamy coconut. Now, the sample for Lotus Pear changed. I enjoy the scent, but when I sampled this, I definitely got more pear, and it didn't remind me of anything. And then when I got this large bottle, I was like, wait a minute. Yeah. When I smelled this, it like took me back. It was very nostalgic, very something I used to wear in my 20s. And I could not, for the life of me, put my finger on it. And then I went to Fragrantica, and everyone is comparing this fragrance to Viva La Juicy. Now, I do have the tiniest bit of Viva La Juicy somewhere stashed away, so I have to try and find it because I don't know if that's it for me. It does remind me of perfumes from that time, but I don't know if it's Viva La Juicy just because that one was more fruity. This is more of a fresh, clean pear, like a crisp pear, not like a sweet, ripe pear to my nose. Like, I don't know if it's almost like if you stripped away kind of the sweet caramel fruity notes, then maybe the deep dry down of Viva La Juicy. But this is very nostalgic. I do wish the pear stuck around a little bit more. I do enjoy the first hour or so of this fragrance, and then the pear leaves and I am left with a little bit more of the base notes. So I've actually been layering this with other fruity fragrances. So I do enjoy this one. It's a little bit cleaner. It's a little bit more fresh. So this one has pear, peach, lotus, gardenia, jasmine, orange blossom, rose, and geranium. This is more on the floral side, but it's not like a heavy floral scent. It's more light. I'm almost surprised that there's no musk in here because there's something kind of musky in this one. I'm also kind of surprised there's no earthy notes because this does have something kind of, I don't know, not necessarily patchouli, but something, maybe even like oak moss, just something a little slightly earthy in the deep dry down of this one. Oh, I never noticed this. So here's the label, and then in the inside of the perfume, it's Lotus Pear with sustainably sourced geranium from Egypt and upcycled rose. And then it's best for improving focus, mood balancing, and feeling blissful. Let's see what this one says. Coconut sun with sustainably sourced jasmine from Egypt and upcycled orange flower. And this is best for letting go, protecting your joy, and feeling present. That's really cute. So those are the two that I picked up from 7 Virtues. Okay, then next we have a few from Floral Street. The new Sweet Almond Blossom. And then I picked up Wonderland Peony. So Wonderland Peony, this one doesn't smell exactly like anything I have, but it does fall in the same fragrance family as not even my peony scents, but more of my scents with like rhubarb or lychee. Like the peony is in here. This is very pink, and when you think of like a pink rose and peonies, but even though they don't list like a tart fruit, this fragrance is very tart to my nose, and it gives me that mouth-watering feeling that fragrances like Angel Nova, the Eau de Toilette, those kind of fragrances give me. So this scent has guava, red berries, peony, violet, cotton candy, woody notes. I don't really get like a sugary sweetness from this one. This one's again more tart. Yeah, this one, and I'm gonna say a lot of the ones I've tested so far, they're very easy, almost nondescript fragrances in my opinion. I don't want to say generic, but they're just fragrances that, you know, you smell clean, they're inoffensive, they're probably going to get a compliment, they're mass appealing, but I wouldn't say that they're fragrances that smell like other fragrances, if that makes sense. Like this does fall in that kind of tart, rosy, peony category, but without smelling exactly like Angel Nova. Like there are fragrances that just smell like they could be flankers. Like Angel Nova kind of has things like Very Good Girl Glam, and then the Eau de Toilette kind of has stuff that people compare to like Delina La Rose, and these are all from the same perfumer. This fragrance smells different. It smells a little lighter, it smells more skin-like. I really like this one. This one I'm definitely going to be getting a larger bottle of when I see another sale. Then we have Sweet Almond Blossom. This one's nice. This is another kind of nondescript, again, scent. I don't know yet if I would get a large bottle of this one, but I do like it. It kind of reminds me of a Jolly Rancher. It's kind of sweet, tart, and fruity, but I would say this one's a little sweeter than Wonderland Peony. Wonderland Peony to me is a little bit more tart. This one has notes of pink pomelo, apple blossom, and vanilla. Yeah, this is another fruity floral. It doesn't remind me of anything, but it is, again, mass appealing. It is kind of your run-of-the-mill fruity floral pretty perfume. Now, one thing I will say that for me, when I guess a little insight into why I've been getting into more clean, is I was recently diagnosed with an autoimmune disease. So again, I'm going to get into more detail about that. So while it's a very generic, nondescript scent, when it comes to clean, you kind of have to weigh out the pros versus the cons. There are fragrances that have come into the game when perfume has been around, so a lot of these aren't going to blow your mind. To me, it's more about the clean aspect. They are also decently priced. Like all of these are priced pretty well, and the performance on all of these are definitely more in your bubble, intimate, and skin fragrances, but that's because they don't have the harsh chemicals that make fragrances last longer, which are phthalates and all those other toxic chemicals. So when it comes to clean fragrances, those are the pros and the cons. You're not going to get those beastly fragrances. I do find a lot of these to have great longevity. I'll wake up and I'll still smell them. I do have to put nose to skin, but they're not going to be crazy loud or very, again, if you want your fragrances to be very noticeable. But again, you have to take into account the type of fragrance that it is. So while this is more mass appealing and more of a likable fragrance, it is one that I am more likely to spray all over me and not worry about it like I do now, which was something I never used to worry about before. All right, then we got a few from Ellis Brooklyn. And these were $45 each. I did get them like as a first time customer through Ellis Brooklyn, so I got, I think, 10% off. And I kept seeing a lot of people complain about the performance, but these are large 100 ml bottles. Now let me tell you, the packaging, the bottles on all of these are A++. We have Ellis Brooklyn C. Oh my goodness. You guys, if you want to smell like a beach vacation, all three of these are gorgeous. This one's considered fresh. It has Italian mandarin, pineapple leaves, and tonka bean. So this one, when I smelled it, I definitely got that kind of suntan lotion vibe, but like maybe I had like a citrusy cocktail in hand. You got suntan lotion on, you're getting the beach air, and then you are getting your kind of citrusy, maybe a mojito, just something kind of citrusy, like a bubbly cocktail, just kind of tickling your nose. All that swirling around you, that is what I get when I spray Ellis Brooklyn's C. I get that very much in the opening, and then it sits very, very close to the skin. I fell in love with all three of these fragrances. They all give me different vibes, and they all layer so well together. In fact, I've been playing with these fragrances and just layering with all of them. I noticed that these kind of light, simple fragrances, they layer very nicely together. So Sand. This one's a little bit more of your traditional beachy scent, but with a little bit more of a sweetness. Usually like Beach Walk is a very authentic kind of suntan lotion scent, and Sun de Joya, this smells kind of like that, but leans a little bit more on a gourmand side. So I do like that difference. So this one has coconut milk, ginger lily, and vanilla absolute. Really nice. It's a nice alternative to my Sol de Janeiro Boom Boom Cream, because that's another kind of gourmand, but this one's even like lighter and airy, and it's got more of a kind of suntan lotion than I would say that one. This is Sun. So this one's like the fruity out of the three, the most fruity, I would say. This one's really pretty. This is a warm, fruity, beachy scent. Kind of like, I think it's I can't think of the name, but my favorite one of the Sol de Janeiros that came out this summer, the limited edition, that's got that kind of warm, fruity sweetness. This one smells a little bit more luxurious. So this one has notes of sweet clementine, orange flower water, and vanilla. It's just fruity. It's kind of a happy scent, but all of these definitely give me beachy vibes. I am really enjoying the Ellis Brooklyn body mist. So again, I want to thank Louisa and Dossier for collabing with me on today's video. Again, I'll have all their information linked down below and any sales that they have going on. But let me know in the comments below, do you guys have any of these fragrances? What are your thoughts on them? That will do it for today's video. I hope you liked it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye guys.